Greetings! There is an age-old complaint about hard rock being underrated, especially in comparison to double time. For every hard rock top PP score, it seems there are at least 10 double time PP score at the highest levels. Why is that? Could hard rock be underrated and the mod itself needs a buff? Is double time too overrated and needs a nerf? Of course not. You absolutely shouldn't nerf and buff mods themselves. Silly. Buffing hard rock. Crazy. In this video, we will talk about why hard rock is not an ideal farm mod, at the top levels at least, and why that might be totally fine. Are you a double time player? Or maybe a hard rock player? Let me know down in the comments below. First, we gotta explain why hard rock can be inferior when it comes to farming PP, which is the most viable farm mod at the moment. Looking at you, Laser. In a nutshell, hard rock makes circles smaller, approach rate faster, and overall difficulty higher, with one caveat: the meta difficulties cannot go beyond 10. Meanwhile, double time has no issue with this limitation. While double time does not make the circles smaller, it does increase the approach rate and overall difficulty, all the way up to 11, with a big asterisk though. Basically, both approach rate and overall difficulty gets proportionally increased with double time beyond what any other mod can provide, which is essential for farming. Higher overall difficulty means more potential PP from raw accuracy, and higher approach rate makes it easier to process the notes, as we can all agree that this is a nightmare. You can argue that double time should also be capped at AR10 and OD10, or hard rock should allow for higher approach rate and overall difficulty. However, considering all the scores that have been made with double time and hard rock, it will be near impossible to tweak the mods themselves. It will invalidate all the scores that have been made before. Maybe Laser will have some unique mod that can shake up DT's dominance and allow for other playstyles to compete on the PP leaderboards. But come on, focus. This video is about hard rock and why we won't be buffing it. When it comes to balancing the PP system, you should look out for buffing or nerfing individual skill sets that would indirectly affect the mods themselves at worst. For example, buffing small circle size and flow aim would indirectly buff hard rock as well. Nerfing raw accuracy on single tap maps would indirectly nerf double time, and so on.
But Verto, I'm a hard rock player, why not just buff hard rock?
Remember that I asked you guys in the beginning of the video if you were a hard rock or a double time player? Well, I apologize for that. That was a trap. I think constructing an identity based on what mod you play is extremely damaging when it comes to the whole PP discourse. Oh, and that's not just for mods either. Have you tried criticizing players? Oh, they get mad. Real mad. The big issue with identifying as a type of player is that if you are insecure about your self-worth, any sort of criticism will be taken personally. At that point, the discourse is mainly emotional because you feel you deserve certain PP scores that might be nerfed. Every time a PP update is announced, some people just lose their shits because their quote-unquote hard-earned score is nerfed from an arbitrary milestone. Oh, what's up, you little baby? Your sidetrack days play got nerfed from 505 PP to 490 PP? How will you ever recover? Don't get me wrong though, this happens with everyone, not just hard rock players. Try to suggest that DT players will have to play maps longer than ringtone sized for their precious PP, and you can be sure that they will spam Resident Sleeper in chat. But okay, we are getting a little sidetracked here. There are super overrated hard rock maps as well, like the aforementioned sidetrack days, so it is not like the mod itself is underrated, but there are not enough hard rock farm maps to go around. The easiest explanation for this is that the latest TV-sized anime openings are incredibly basic, so once you get the hang of mapping them, they are an easy way to get players to play them. They can be mass-produced pretty much the same way. Add a little bit of farminess to it, and you got yourself thousands of maps that look the same, play the same, and worth a ton of PP. Though to be fair, it isn't as bad as it was around 2017. Those were truly dark times. We had plenty of PP updates tweaking angles and speed and all that, but it seems that hard rock is just not meant to be. the star mod of this game. Hard Rock will always be the middle child of the mods. It will never be the big PP mod like DT is. After all, MREC just obliterates Hard Rock farm maps with DT, setting some truly insane scores. And that might be alright. Hard Rock was never meant to be on equal grounds as DT. AR10 does not allow super fast maps to be played comfortably with Hard Rock, and at that point you might as well just play it with double time Hard Rock. All the maps top players farm with double time nowadays is a perfectly fine Hard Rock farm map for lower level players. And it is the same with Nomad. Almost all Hard Rock farm maps are also farm maps with Nomad. That is why I think we shouldn't feel bad for Hard Rock. It has its own purpose. Its purpose might be just to be a progression curve from Nomad to Hard Rock to double time Hard Rock. Also because it's fun, but I know y'all have some PP addiction you need to satisfy. There is a legitimately important discussion to be had on why certain types of playstyles are unviable for farming PP and competing for the top ranks. But that's for another video. So to summarize, Hard Rock is inferior for farming at higher levels due to the AR and OD cap at 10 compared to DT's 11. The higher OD cap allows for more raw accuracy PP, while AR above 10 is pretty much required for higher level farm maps. Smaller circle size is not rewarded well enough compared to raw high BPM jump aim. Does this mean that HR is trash and HR players are trash too? Of course not. There are plenty of very impressive HR scores. It would be like saying easy mode is trash because it gives no PP. Not everything has to give PP, and unfortunately, as Hard Rock stands, it is just not comparable to DT, when it comes to farming at least. The only way to solve the issue of homogeneity of playstyles at the higher levels is to either start rewarding underrated skill aspects better, rank overrated maps in other skill aspects that are rewarded by the system, for example flow aim, and/or to create new ranked mods in laser that transform maps in the way PP system values, but not in a way inherent to double time. Precision could also be rewarded more, but it was tried once already, resulting in CS 6.5 being grossly overrated on flow aim maps. All these solutions are very difficult to create and implement, and even if we could, the question still stands. Should we be concerned by this at all?
So what do you think? Do you still think that Hard Rock should be buffed? Or double time nerfed? What solutions would you come up with? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure you do.